welcome back. Before we get started, tonight's show, I'm going to put a disclaimer on tonight's show. Alright, this, what you're going to see in the gem later on after the solar report, will be deeply disturbing, and it's for the spiritual eyes only, okay? But I want to start off here real quick at this image. Something kind of need to confess and let you guys know. My name is Brian Knight. My middle name is Lee. Brian Lee Knight. BLK are my initials. The Black Knight. Okay? My friends used to call me that, even though I'm a white guy. Kind of a walking contradiction type thing, but anyways, what an appropriate image for the music we will be using for tonight's intro. Poltergeist totally messed with the sound. Do you see it? Do you see the face? I'll point it out later. When God paints the sky like that, He's talking. Where's the frame? Right there. I want you guys to take a peek at this frame. Okay, that's going to be a part of tonight's gem. Alright, so we will come back to that event at tonight's gem, and we will go deeper into what happened there. I think some of you with spiritual eyes may have seen it already, but there's quite a bit going on in that cloud bank. It's oh boy. I don't even know how to say it, so we are going to say it as delicately as possible at the end of the show. Okay? For right now, let's get our solar report started for those people that are here for that. Okay? Let me get you situated here. We are looking at April 28th, 2023. Okay? Here's the loop playing. Okay, doesn't look like much, right? We're going to scroll down here and look at we only have 48 frames. Okay, so it's missing a bunch of data. So everything here, let's back up a little bit. Not much going on. Opening frame right here, 0100. Okay, or 0 hour. We got our little object over here. It's just the trailing moons of Nemesis that went by. All right. So look. Opening frame 0, it jumps to 1248. With this event already underway, boom. What is going on next? Alright, next frame. There we go. I'm going the wrong way. So opening frame, here's our object moving out. Okay, boom, it's moving out. We have another one down below, a little spurt probably. Oh, no, there's something in there. Okay, I'm not going to keep pointing these out. We just have to keep going. I'm not going to keep zooming in on them. You guys are having eyes now to see. You better start looking. All right? You can see here and here and here. As I go boom, boom, boom through this disc-shaped object. Okay? Then we have this event. Another one coming out down below. You can see it. Clear as a bell. All right? No more hiding. Then we have this event right here. Okay? Starting at 1200. It boom, 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 starts to develop, and then that's all we get. It ends at 1248, and that's all we got was 48 frames at 1248, okay? So I want to see the rest of this event, right? So I back out, scroll down to stereo A, and lo and behold, there's our event right here. Boom, that's all the data. Well, a lot of data. Now, stereo A only takes a picture every hour, or that's what they post, is one frame every hour. Okay, so at least we got every hour, and we got the full effect, right? So that's what they're hiding right there. That's why they're not showing it. Boom. All right, you can see it right there, clear as a bell. You want me to zoom in, or can you see a black dot in the middle of all this gray? I think you guys can see this. You can see over here on this side how it's grabbed the plasma right here. These frames correspond. You can see they match, okay? You can see the object over here. Boom, boom, boom. All right, you can see the magnetic field around it that has gathered plasma with it, all right? So as it grazes the sun and shoots off the side, taking plasma with it, there it goes. Okay, so for some reason, they don't want you to see that event from this satellite, okay? So what I did is I went over here, okay? Because here's a site that will let you see it. And let me, we might have to make a few adjustments here, but let me just kind of work with this for a minute here, because there's a few things I want to do first. make sure we got, all right, there, right there is our event. Right here. It's already kind of in frame. Let me just zoom in for you guys. I don't want to tease you guys. I want you guys to see. Alright. That's a lot better. Here are our missing frames. There's 1200 right there. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. You can see our object with the plasma in there. And they cut out a lot of that one too. But what the hell is this? I did not, this thing refreshed while I was setting up. Going into the 29th, all right? This is already going into the future here. Not the future, but we are in a different time zone. This is UTC time, so get used to it. You'll have to look up the translation for your own zip or for your own time frame. There is an app for it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you every single time frame for UTC time, okay? Anyway, back to where you are. Surprise, we have another event already blossoming off the bottom and the right-hand side of the sun going into the 29th already. I'm glad I opened this thing up. Anyways, all I wanted to do was show you that object kind of captured in here, the missing frames, and that wasn't much because that was it. Poof. Something else while we're dealing with this instrument. We need to go back to yesterday and yesterday's event, okay? This is a full-on code red 5-alarm, no, 10-alarm alert for this object and what it just did to the sun. And what this is, the implications of when this passes by Earth this time. Okay, this disc-shaped thing is a ship, and I was shown today what the ship looks like, and I posted a video by Shinedown in my community page, okay? In that video, they show you brief glimpses of the black hole with Nibiru going around it. In that video, all kinds of symbolism. They shoot quick little frames of this ship right here in that video. Okay, God presented that to me today in order to explain what this is. Okay, and it's in that video if you want to get a closer look of what this thing looks like. It's in the Shinedown video I posted in the community page. You guys should be watching my community page very closely. There are also lessons and notes going on in there. The music has coded messages in it, all right? The music, not the lyrics, the actual notes in the music, okay? A lot of you have figured it out, and you can hear it. You can hear it in almost every song. You can go to the radio if you want and test it out on any song, your favorite song. Try it out. Okay? Anyways, back to where I was. In the community page, I posted what this ship looks like. There is a rendition in Shinedown's video, not my video, in Shinedown's video that God pointed me to today. All right? He also pointed me to this event today and what is in it. Okay, we'll get to that later. For right now, though, we need to focus on, we have a craft, an ancient race, okay, that's accompanying Nemesis and all of its moons this time. Okay, and as we go, I told you guys, this is going to be disturbing. So, here we go. And that's just the solar report. Wait till we get to that cloud. You don't want to watch that part. All right, you can see that we have this huge stretched out field. I described it last night. Let me get some tint and brightness. So you guys, I want you to see these moons that are that are traveling alongside the object. All right, this one is making a dent in the instrument, and it's the the stripe is going right over the top of the black sphere. Can you see it? There are other smaller little stray moons, bigger ones, a conglomerate of them, all traveling in a pack alongside a much bigger stellar core. Okay? This is a serious, serious problem. Okay? That was yesterday. And it takes 3 days, roughly, on average, for these things to reach the Earth. Okay? This is not going... It's going to pass behind the Earth, but what's accompanying it will probably be coming here, because there's no other planet that sustains life, like a miracle floating in a vacuum, that has a bunch of spirits, holy spirits, running around on it. Okay? Every entity from across the universe is coming to this planet to see God's display. All right, and I'm going to show you some of God's display later on. This is God's display right here. This is God talking to you through scientific instrumentation. Did you hear me? This is God talking to you through scientific instrumentation. You can see what he's pointing out. All right, now, let me back out of this a little bit. Kill that, because we need to keep stepping forward through this whole event. All right, you can see that this is a very serious, huge event. In here you can see this is like a half arced disc. These are like almost ports, air intake or type intake ports, boom boom, with a nose coming out. Like I said, go to the Shinedown video that I posted in there. Go watch it. You'll see they put brief glimpses of this ship in there. And why did God show me that video today and make me post it in the community when here's the ship that appears in that video? Okay. It's all part of the music. It's all part of the videos. It's all part of the grand design. You guys are actually real life actors in my movie, kind of, to put it in a weird way. All right, so we're just going to keep going here. Boom, boom, boom. You can see that sucker leaving. It's trailing a bunch of plasma behind it. That's the trailing edge of the craft. It has the little tapered effect because of there's still matter out here, okay? There are still asymmetric flows and stuff in space because it's not a complete vacuum. There's all this plasma being blown off the sun, all right? So it's, ooh, little streak up in there. Anyways, we got to keep going. Boom, 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 boom. All right, that was yesterday. Today we had just that little object come off the side, all right? And now let's come over here to this instrument, get us all dialed in, zoomed in. Bear with me, you guys always do. Maybe I'll stop saying it and you can just keep going. Alright, you can see, this is today. This box right here is today, alright? You can see the events that we had today, right? Boom. All corresponding. This is what we got a sneak peek at of tomorrow. All right, and there was that little incident right there. What's good on this chart is that the sun has come out from below the seafloor. Remember, it was having this huge attack and then dropped way down here. It's still pumping, but that shows weakness, all right, in the sun. I'd rather see it up here in this zone, but it drops back down and it climbs back out, all right? So right now, it was in pretty good shape, but all of a sudden, we're dropping down to the seafloor here a little bit, okay? So you can see the heartbeat of the sun right now, all right? And it's pumping right along now. Before, it looked flatlined, okay? It was going kind of flatlined. It was just not a happy sun. Or it was just a very quiet, how do we say this? It wasn't influenced during that time period. There we go. We'll say it that way. Now, as we scroll down, this big G5 magnetic storm that we were supposed to have had here turned out to be a flop. Okay, so that site that I showed you guys, I will not be going back to that. Okay, I won't mention it, who it is, but if you watch the video I have titled that, I'm making a correction to that video because apparently until I don't see the auroras from that, I do not see any kind of G5 record storm. Okay, so this is me making a correction on that because I do not like to send my viewers to wrong places. So forgive me for that. Until we get verification on it, it stands as uncertified for me. Okay? That's how I do my business. Now let's move on. Okay. I admit my mistakes. We learn from it and we move on. I try not to poke too much fun at people. Let's just be a man about it and move. All right, we don't have time to mess around. In fact, there was a very dire message coming, and I can do it while we're zooming in on this. God was talking, just screaming in my ear all day today. He's like, you better tell them, you guys better spiritually toughen up right now, because the devil and the legions are doing push-ups right now, getting ready to come whoop your ass. All right, this is not a joke. You guys need to be spiritually tough from this moment forward, okay? And you guys, my audience, are. But you better start warning other people to start being spiritually strong and get ready for an assault, a spiritual assault coming out of the people around you. All right, coming out of loved ones, coming out of family, coming out of your boss, coming out of the cops, coming out of everybody, all right? There's a big rift in the spiritual realm, okay? So, that being said, you can see our CME going off over here. I'm telling you, the enemy is doing double time right now. He is working out. He's getting all beefy and strong, coming to kick your ass. So the enemy's doing push-ups right now. You better be doing spiritual push-ups too. You better be doing spiritual pull-ups. You better be doing sit-ups. You better be working out spiritually the maximum you can and taking on as much as you can and being as brave as you can about it, okay? This is going to get really hard, and this is where you guys get to buckle down, all right? I show you those images of Jesus for a reason because you're going to need that here real soon. I will wait. It looks like you guys are back. That looks like I'm back. Yeah. Anyways, forgive me. We got some activity in the room as we speak. Now, there's our tracker. It's going off to the side. That's good. It's not coming our way. Inbound nemesis anyways. So we're just looking at a mouse fart after the fact, okay? Let's back out of this. All right, that's just part of the show. All right, for the people that want to see it, want to know. Let's giddy up on over to the human. And look what we have here. Look what we have here. My audience knows how to read this graph for the newcomer. We'll just simplify it real quick for, what is the term I'm looking for? Not for the common Joe, because you guys aren't common Joe. Well, we're just going to simplify it. This is the core and the shell grinding on each other. Those echoes, the high-pitched screeches come up through the magma and up through the crust, and they emanate off the planet, except they go up and they bounce off the ionosphere and come back down as echoes. You know, like an echo when you scream out the the window and it bounces off the valley or bounces off the mountain across the valley and comes back, that's an echo. This sound emitted from the earth. This sound originally came from the earth. It went up into space and bounced off the ionosphere, and that's what this instrument captures, is the ionosphere and the 7.83 hum of the gyro inside the earth. It's a metal on metal core on shell. The shell is semi-molten. I say metal because it's under so much pressure. You can't imagine the pressure, okay, that takes that molten steel, iron type substance, it squeezes it down to a phase that is just like being solid. Okay? It's a liquid solid or a solid liquid. Okay? It's just super, super, super pressurized. And when the core heats up, as a metal does, it expands. It expands outward. That heat also heats up the metal shell, which wants to expand outward, but it can't because the shell and the magma and the pressure push back down on it. So the metal shell has no choice but to expand downward onto the core as the core expands upward into it. When those two metals grind on each other, these big screeches happen. This stuff goes up, bounces off the sky, comes down as a skyquake. When you hear those harmonic hums and those trumpet blasts from the sky, that is the core of the earth and the shell screeching together. And we will play some of that, and you can close your eyes and you can imagine a hollow steel ball with another steel ball inside of it rotating inside. Okay, it's much like a bird whistle with the wood and the little steel core. The little harder you push the core in and squeeze it and turn it, the higher pitched squeak you get. Well, that's the same effect with the shell and the core. It's like just one of those. It's just like one of those wind bird whistles. Okay, you guys following me? I know you are. I hear just little light bulbs going off out there. That's wonderful. Okay, now when that bird whistle happens down in the core, it comes up, it emanates from the surface, bounces off the ionosphere. This instrument detects the echoes, and this is the core and the shell. We are under a screeching event as we speak. We had this screeching event yesterday. We had this inbound wave come in, it absorbs, it takes about 6 hours now. It used to take about 12. There was a bigger gap between the shell and the core at that boundary area. All right. That gap has since closed. Now it only takes about 6 hours for the shell and the core to expand onto each other, and we get our screeching event. Okay. I could tell, I told you yesterday when I first saw this little bit of band coming in, and it corresponds with our absorption. Our absorption was right here. About 6 hours later, we start to see the screeching effect. We saw just this first little pulse, and I told you, watch out, there's going to be a screeching event. Sure enough, we came back later. There it is. Okay, this is happening again. You can see this little preemptive strike right here. I could have told you there was more coming, right? Just like I did here. If I had seen this without that there, I would have told you that there's more coming, right? Because you guys know how to read this now, right? If I blocked that out and it wasn't there, what would you guys think? Yeah, there's another one coming. Bingo. We follow the sun leads us to this, all right? Ta-da! You guys are like doctors in physics now. You know, I give away $1 million astrophysics course, geophysics course, every show for you guys. You guys are some of the brightest minds in the galaxy now. Okay. The shit. That's what I do for my audience. Okay. Nothing best for you guys. All right. At least I try my best to bring what I can to you. How's that? God, I gotta watch my wording closely. And that's another thing. Everybody, watch your words closely. You're like performing magic and black magic with your spoken words. Words are like weapons sharper than knives. So some conversations can't be taken back. You got to be careful what you say to your loved ones and stuff. All right. And That's little spiritual lessons as we were just going. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place tonight. God has got me on fire. This is not a. Tonight's gem is going to. It's gonna suck. Well, it might suck for you. It's the lottery for me. Anyway, okay, we leave here because I need to go. I have something vital just entered, passed through the room. I have to take a moment here. What I've done here for you guys this time, instead of the weather, is this is our current in eruption volcanoes, okay? And the names. This is just the red ones. There's no yellow ones in there. Um, I don't know how well it's coming out on the stream, but you guys can take a look at. Yeah, you guys got to take a look at that. I got something to do. Hang on right there. Don't move. Don't fucking move. Where the hell did it go? To me. No, 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 no. I need that other one. The big one. Big one, big one. Oh. Fucking in the room. Oh my god. Alright, you stay over there. Hey God, give me strength to do this. This is not the easiest one to do. Jesus, give them strength. Give them strength, Lord, to endure this strength. My God. I'm praying for you guys. Give you strength. I'm praying for you guys' endurance to endure this stream. Because we might have technical difficulties here. We are having poltergeist activity as we speak, and you heard it in the audio when I was trying to open the show. I'm over here messing with my buttons and shit. Okay. Anyways, back to business. I need to close some stuff out and open others. That's okay. We can get rid of that now. New tab. Let's just. We'll use this new tab to open up the earthquake map. Okay, just bear with me. Some of this stuff wouldn't all fit. Okay, so I don't want this stream messing up at all tonight. Okay, this is so vital. Every little bit of information I am giving you tonight is of the utmost importance. So patience as USGS pulls their head out of their butt and hey, 22, hey Brian. Oh, you guys are saying all kinds of stuff in the chat and I'm ignoring you. Those trumpet sounds in the sky sound like outer atmosphere and solar flares. Now, Bruce Wayne, they are actually the core and the shell grinding together, bouncing off the atmosphere. That's why they appear to come from the sky. I will play some later for you and you can close your eyes. And actually, I will give you a visual demonstration out of the book and so you guys can look at that and listen at the same time. Meanwhile, we have to proceed. Thank you, Mr. Wayne. I love you. I followed you for a long time. Bruce, out there, you know who I'm talking to. I love seeing you here at my channel. I've been following you for a while, buddy. Now, I want to get to business here, so focus, Brian. That's not what I want. I want this. Sorry, folks. I'm all over the place tonight. I've had a excruciating day. Let's just say we have had victory. I have been in a battle, a side battle with a battalion of armed demons that like to come over to my house and harass me, scare me, intimidate me and my kids, my family. And that nightmare is finally over. Let's just say my new son graduated today from the paper. No longer on paper. Think you got long. For parents that have been through something like, you know what I'm talking about, you know it can be a long trail. Otherwise, other people who aren't parents, you'll never know, I guess. Well, maybe you've experienced it yourself. We are at our deep earthquakes for today. 4.2, 561. 4.6, 542. 4.8, 608. That is, rarely do we see something at a 608 kilometer depth. That's super deep. Another 4.8 at 585. So 4 more deep, mid to upper 4s right here, more energy being pumped into the system. This is deep stuff coming up to the surface, entering the system. All right. Now, as we move in through our system, we had that drop-off quake right here. No, it was, come on, zoom in then. Don't play games with me tonight. Close. I want the bigger one. Well, maybe it's gone. There's a bigger one here last night. But we're having 5.5, 5.7 energy right here scrubbing off. That is beautiful. I love seeing that instead of a big quake because you saw the potential. That potential is still there, you guys. Okay? I don't think, especially with this coming along the next day and backing it up. Okay? There's just so much pressure coming up from down below now, and this is all along the fracture zones now. We're going to see more activity right on fracture zones because the egg is growing from underneath. We're hard boiling an egg and cracking the shell. We're overcooking the hard boiled egg and cracking the shell from underneath, right? The yolk and everything is just expanding in every direction from the core outward, right? So every place underneath the crust, there's pressure coming up from below, causing earthquakes on fracture zones or right along fracture zones in the weak zones, these slough areas like this. Not a slough area, but I like to call it that. But, you know, this is where we scrub off energy, okay? Another slough area right here. This is where we scrub off energy. You're right in that zone, okay? And at the range we're seeing, these beautiful 4.9s, this beautiful 4.8, nothing too violent, okay? That's beautiful. I'll take this all day long. That's a 5.2, 108. We are 4.6, 10, 4.4, 55, and 4.364. Kamchatka is pretty quiet. Over here is pretty quiet. Lots of activity, volcano activity here on this map. Let's, we can't zoom in, but right here, I'm going to name the 3 volcanoes going off right there, right now, currently in eruption. We have Ebico, Bizamonte, and Shivalush. All right there by the Kamchatka Peninsula, right here. Okay? So, we're not seeing the earthquake activity in that zone, but we sure are seeing the volcano activity, aren't we? Where? Right by our fulcrum point, aren't we? Yes, we are. Okay, move on. Nothing here at this fulcrum point. Something will happen up here. You see it traveling along this. Here, pull this up again for you. You see it come down, boom, 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 traveling along the system. It came up here. Nothing here yet. All right, so the next one's going to be right there. Then it'll hop. It'll probably drop something off along midway here like we saw last time. If not, it'll be at the fulcrum point here, up there in the mountain right where we see it. Or even closer to the fulcrum point, okay? There are many of them at this one. This one is a tricky one. If we look at it, can you see our red line comes up? There's a little one. There's another one. It comes back down. That's kind of a fulcrum point in reverse. Goes back up. There's another fulcrum point. Swoops back down. There's a reverse fulcrum point. Comes over here. Another one. Another one. So there are multiple fulcrum points at the tip of one big fulcrum point. Do you see that? So it could hit any one of those little spots, those little fingers on a hand, basically, okay, as it rounds that little area. Comes down, travels all along these fault lines, all right? That's where you're going to see a lot of the activities on these fault lines and just off to the sides of them in that slough area, all right? You'll also see 4.5 of 10, okay? You'll also see along these corridors, these red plate tectonic lines, the volcanoes that are left and right of them will fire off and become active. And here we are at Italy, right? And we don't have very much earthquake activity here. So you're going to see Etna and Stromboli going off there, right? We got Etna and Stromboli going off over in Italy, okay? Because earthquake activity is not happening there enough. So it's coming out in another form. Okay? You guys are so awesome. I see you guys scribbling notes going, wow, all right, I get it now. Now over here at South America, this fulcrum point that we talk about a lot right here, this is our 4.4 at a depth of 122. I don't believe that this is energy that has made it all the way over and around. I believe that this energy has come straight across. Okay? That's too soon for the equal size quake that we should be looking for right here. It's too soon for it to go all the way over. There is no trail extending from here and down yet. So, I'm taking this energy right here at this fulcrum point came straight across the Pacific from here, okay? So, with that big pent-up energy that's slowly being diminished in this area with our nice size quakes, right, is also coming straight across and being diminished here with nice size quakes. A little bit more pressing, not too bad, but is they're relieving stress on the Cocos Plate here, all right? Both good and bad, all right? It's 4.2 at a depth of 41. This is a 4.4 at a depth of 67. Now these are in that slough zone, like I said, right off the fault, in this very wet, supersaturated escarpment, or this plateau right here. Okay, this sand, this dirt is all saturated with water and jiggles a lot easier, right? It's weaker in this zone right by before you hit the shore, and at the shoreline. There's water underneath. If you ever gone to the beach and dug down, you're 100, 10 feet back from the beach, you dig down, you hit water, right? So all along this little shelf of land right here, there's water underneath it, right? Right. So that's why we see this quake right here on land, but in that slough zone. You see how this ridge of mountains, my bad. You see how this ridge of mountains comes down, and then we have this nice flat plateau area, nice even with the water, and then the water goes out gently. This is very similar topographically, all right? There's just a slight difference in elevation, right? That's the soft zone. This whole area from these mountains down to the shelf. Luckily, we're not having big quakes right on these edges right here, because that could cause a landslide. We don't want to see a big quake on the edge of these underwater cliffs. See these underwater cliff faces right here? That is all flat, and then it drops. And it drops down to what? A fault line, a crack, basically, in the bottom of the ocean. So just above this big crack in the bottom of the ocean, down below, about equal distance, say if you drilled straight into this is three-dimensional now. Remember, if we go into the mountain face, all right, I want you to project inward into it and then come up. All right. If you went straight in and this was down deeper, it's down next to this fault line, isn't it? Okay. Pretty cool, huh? That's a perfect example for my explanation. I've been dying to give you an example, and there's a perfect example of how flat this is underwater. This shelf right here, this plateau is plateauish. Whoopsie, come back. Other way. Zoom in. It's very plateauish, like this region right at the foot of these mountains right here. Okay, so one on land, of course, right? Because we got water underneath it. The 4.4 right down the beach, underwater in that slough zone. You can draw a straight line right between these. All right. Well, you can draw a straight line between any 2 points, but these are almost equal in distance away from the fault in their little respective slough zones. You guys are awesome. Okay, as we creep up the this Cocos Plate, it comes up and kind of ends, and we have the other plate tectonic matching right here. So these guys kind of join right up in here. It doesn't show it, but it shows the end of the fault line right here, and this, you see all these fulcrum points. Zig, zag, zig, zag. Look at how zigzaggy this is right through here. This reminds you of like the Wanda Fuca a little bit, okay, with these fulcrum points inverse on one side as opposed to the other. Boom, with fulcrum point here, but one there. You know, 1 point in this way, 1 point in the other way. So we have all these potential areas for a quake, right? And where did it distribute it off? Right down here. Instead of on there, it came down here and distributed along a straight little path instead of at a fulcrum point, and it dumped off 4.5 at a depth of 10. That is beautiful, okay? All right, so good report actually for the Cocos Plate. We did relieve a little bit of stress. That's good. I don't want to see too much happen to this plate. We got to take good care of that little puppy right there, okay? So everybody pray for the plate. Yeah, you can pray for a plate. It's actually a piece of a bigger corpse. If you could imagine, the Earth is actually a corpse, and that would be like a bone. A vital bone. Metaphorically, okay? I have to use metaphors a lot for you guys to kind of grasp what I'm trying to say. Alright, I think we are looking good at our earthquake report. Let's boogie on over and get the weather forecast out of the way, because we have a handful still with our GFS model. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's just start going frame by frame. Boom. Boom. All right, we still have activity in Texas. All right, I showed you hail in Florida and in Texas in the opening, and that expect a lot more hail. All right, we are going to be in a hail type phase, it looks like, for a while, with it chances of it getting bigger, okay, in size. Whoops, let me get this all in there so you guys can see date and time up here, okay. So Texas still, next frame, it's off the coast, but it's coming back up into Alabama, Georgia, Florida Panhandle at 7 p.m. That's the end of convection, April 29th. I gotta go. Stay right there. Play. You guys stay and watch this. I'll be right back. Whoops. Oh, you're okay? Oh, I'm sorry. Are you okay? Are you okay? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. You're a good boy. It's okay. Come here. It's okay. It's okay. Sorry for technical difficulties, folks. Just bear with me. We'll be back. Forgive me, folks. I'll be right there. Oh, enough. Jeez, man. Sorry about that. My poor pets have to deal with paranormal activity, and it freaks them out. Okay, you saw this big monster. You know what to pray for, guys. All right. I'm not gonna go too far. There's a lot of good break in that, so let's just stop right there and back up and take care of business because we got business to take care of at the gym. All right. And we're gonna spend a lot of time at that one. So you guys get your refreshments. You should have gone to the bathroom. You should have gotten your. It's a long road from here on out. There's not many stops. So take a pee now. Get your drinks now before we get to the gym. Oh man. Okay. We left off right here. This is the end of Convection on April 29th. No joke anymore. All right, you guys? Please take it serious. This low means business. It's a 994. It's rotating like a big old MFer, right? We got all these tight bands, so lots of wind. Snow. Look at this still snow up here in Canada coming down into Minnesota, Wisconsin, okay? All these pop-ups back behind it is going to be very unpredictable. Okay, we have the inbound energy coming at. This is going to be 1 in the morning for this area, April 30th, when we have Nemesis and all the junk with it going by, which will probably stall this or push it or intensify it. Now we're into the, let me back up. This is about 2 in the morning, okay, in the East Coast. 11 p.m. Pacific, all right, that's where I'm at over here, translates into 2 in the morning in this area. 1 to 2 in the morning, all right? So nocturnal thunderstorms going tornadic possibly, Mississippi, Alabama, all right? Florida's not. Even though it shows it kind of clear here, you guys are right in between the two sides of it, okay? So Florida on alert. This whole area right here, even though there's a white stripe down the middle, ought to be on high alert starting the wee hours of the 29th. As soon as it starts turning the 30th, you better set your clock and your radios. Hopefully this stays offshore. I have a feeling it's going to stall because of our slow-moving object. Remember, it takes us 6 days to get here, probably going to arrive at the same time. Sorry. chaparral sometimes. That's Maine. Okay, boom. Just getting hammered there. Alright, so back up to this frame. This is right there is the end of convection on the 30th. Okay, we have this big plume that's offshore, right? But it's rotating back up. This thing is rotating. It's going to pull this stuff up, and watch as it does. Boom, right into Maine. All right, if I'm telling you, this is not set in stone. If this low shifts just a little bit south, it will pull all this inflow activity down into a tighter populated area. Pray that it stays north like this. But I'm telling you, God is here, and you're going to see something quite disturbing. And when you see what is hiding in these storms, you will take these storms 1,000% more seriously. No, let's say 7,000% more seriously. Okay? This is what I'm going to show you later on. You probably don't want to see. It will give you nightmares. Probably twist your melon, and I suggest you don't stare at it too long. Only for the spiritually strong, okay? Because it is very wicked, very scary, and you're going to need spiritual eyes to see it, and a spiritual heart of strength to endure what you are witnessing. Okay. All right, so we're done with the weather report. Yep. We see this big, long, reaching, this low shifted way up here, right? It's leaving, but look at the tail. Should end here, but it connects way back to this other storm system. These storms are getting very long and draped out. We are having lows connecting with other lows and creating big, long tail effects, okay? Now, this is pretty far out. This is May 12th. This is not set in stone. This is very unreliable, okay? But it's the last few frames, all right? Enough of that. Time for everybody to buckle up. Pull up your panties. Grow a pair. No, that's not it. There it is. And first we're going to play the video. Then we're going to freeze frame on the frame. Okay? So don't really peek too much at that yet, because first we're going to pause right here. Oh, all right. First off, the channel is the start channel. Go over there, whatever. I'm going to put the link to this video in the description, okay? And I'm going to show you where to look in this video. And right now, there is a lot going on in that sky right there for the spiritually, for the eyes that have eyes to see, okay? A lot of these faces in the clouds that follow me around that I've been showing you happen under these kind of skies. When I see this dark black on white with the grays, and you see this really weird blotchy effect, right? Thank you. All right, sorry about that. I had interference in the background. Back to where I was. When we see these drastic dark color, these really intense, scary looking clouds, right? Like this is the stuff that God draws faces in, okay? And when I see this kind of cloud activity, I automatically start looking, right? Because I know what to look for. So in this, let me backtrack a little bit too and tell you the breaking news down here on the little title. 30 seconds. Hang on. The title in this video is breaking news. The scary doomsday cloud appears in the sky of USA. Terrible hailstorm hits Texas. Okay. There's a warning face in this sky warning the people of the hail and the what was to come. All right, so I'm just gonna play this and let this video run for a second, probably with sound. Yeah, maybe do we have sound on this one, Lord? Oh, we don't. Never mind. So we're going to cancel the sound, and we're just going to let that play. I have another event to take care of. Be right back. Technical difficulty. He's out there? Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, trust me. I'm vigilant. I'm high as fuck, but you are vigilant. We need that. I'm so stoked for that. Oh, I'm gonna see how many you can talk about. Dad, what's the last time I'm gonna be this? You can take. I'll be back in like 5 minutes. Take as many as you can off that card. Alright. I'll give it to you in 5 minutes. Alright, just come over again. Alright. Okay, so around here at precisely 1:11 on this video, the camera comes into focus just at the right moment for you to see these faces in the clouds. Now, it's all about the tint and everything, so I need to get the tint just right. Alright, little does this person know what they've captured, okay? Boy, this is going to be hard to describe. So bear with me. Actually, we need to zoom it in a little bit better. So, and the round wedge, because this is vital that you see this clearly. All right, that's about the best we're going to get out of it. Okay. Give me strength, Lord, please. All right. It's hard for me to look at this picture, you guys. Okay. God likes to use faces, right? He will use a face and another face next to it, and they will share an eye together. So, first face, here is the right eye right here of the face. There's the forehead, okay, and the nose going down, all right? If we look closer, I'll zoom in closer, there's a pupil with an eye, with the ring around it, with the color, with an iris, okay, right here. So here's one eye, okay. The other eye is sticking out. It's like a cartoon character with the one eye hanging out. In fact, I got a representation of this character, okay? Now that we back out, because some of these images are like dimensions back, okay? You have to step back a little bit to see these. They're so big and in your face. You have to like zoom out or step back a couple of dimensions in order to see these, okay? And what we're kind of doing here is zooming out, all right? Now, it's a very, very complicated face, all right? It's very, very complicated, and it takes a lot to see it, and it takes a lot of focus and time and energy to see it, all right? There is this thing called, we'll come up with it later. It's it's the scientific explanation for seeing faces in the cloud. Yeah, we'll come up with it in a minute. But there are actual things going on that can't be explained. Okay, so back to this face here. Now, this eye is in proportion to the brow and the forehead. You can see the hair going back and the receding hairline curving back and coming back around. All right, it's like a middle-aged guy whose hairline's receding back up, but he still has a widow's peak. All right, here's the one eye. Now the other eye is right here. It's out of proportion. It's out of the socket. It's hanging out by a cord, by a vein. All right. It's a crazed one-eyed man with his one eye popping out, much like this cartoon image. All right. I'm sorry this is disturbing, but you see this. This is a famous like tattoo cartoon that's used in a lot of things. All right, and it's for a reason, because it's a spiritual entity. Now it has the one eye, and the other one is out of socket, and it's hanging by a thread. Do you see the one normal eye right here, and the other eyeball is right here with the center there, and here it's hanging out of the socket by a thread? All right? Now, that's a spiritual entity. All right? This eye is the other eye of the dragon. Now, over on this side, we have more of a vertical almond-shaped eye with a black core in the center right there. This is the brow or the ridge over the dragon's eye right there, okay? His nose is coming down. These two faces blend together right down this zigzag line, sharing the eye in the middle. The eye is also popped out of the dragon. The dragon has lost his eye. It's popped out. It's also, when you step back even further, this will be the left eye, or this will be, yeah, the left eye. This will be the right eye of a bigger face, with this being the third eye in the middle. Okay? It's two faces blended together. The mouths come together right here. Okay? You see this one going across, and then you see this one blending into it. Okay? You can make out, we need to zoom back out now a little bit because we're too tight in. So, as we zoom out now, I want not the default view. No, I want the theater mode. Okay, right here is best. We're going to pull this in. Okay, right here, before we pull in too tight, we're going to tint just a little bit so you can see the darker side now. The other dark, see, one face is white, the other one's dark, right? They're always bisected down the middle, black on one side, white on the other. Back to the dragon. Here's the dragon's left eye, right? He's looking at you. His other eye is popped out, the one that they share. The popped out eye is popped out of the dragon as well, right here in the middle. Okay, these two faces slam together. Here's the mouth right at the bottom, okay? Right here, in black and white, bisected down the middle, is a Yoda face with an ear coming off here and an ear coming off there. Here's the head with the bisected down the middle. Do you see this Yoda face with an eye here, the other ear going back there, the other ear coming right here? This Yoda face right there is in there. There are multiple faces in multiple dimensions, blended together, sharing an eye. Every time you see two faces sharing an eye together, that is God's handiwork. All right? I am telling you, that is God's handiwork. That's how you can recognize this stuff. All right? There's no computer program that does blending of faces with sharing an eye. AI has no third eye. Therefore, no imagination in order to blend these two images together. This is God's handiwork. This is God painting this picture in the sky of a dragon face blending in with, this guy looks like a a character from Avatar. He has a pointed ear. Right here, his mouth and his lips are closed, but just further down, his mouth is open with sharp teeth, like the sharp teeth that the Avatar character has. Here's the broad, wide nose up at the brim, right? It's really broad. It's not a narrow nose. It's the character. It's one of the characters from Avatar. Half of his face blending in with half of the dragon face, sharing the third eye in the middle. This is a spiritual event. This was a spiritual warning sitting in the sky prior to the storm. Okay? And what I want to do here is I want to capture this eye now. Right here you can see the pupil and then a white ring underneath that's the iris. I've shown you these faces in the sky before. You can clearly see the mouth, the lips, the corresponding nose and eye, the ear coming out over here. This is one of these events in the sky. All right. Now there's a bunch of you in my chat that take pictures of the clouds, right? And they post them on their channels. For instance, Watch Woman of the Dragon is a wonderful woman who does a lot of this work. Okay, and I go to her channel a lot, and I secretly sneak in there and watch stuff to see if she's captured anything. Now, what I need from you guys, as my audience, is to go out and start looking for events like this in the clouds. Start snapping your pictures, regardless. Don't do video. This got lucky. They captured it while it was still like this. But some of the best ways to capture these events is by still frame, okay? And you just take a bunch of still frames, one every 3 to 5 seconds, all right? And you will capture small little changes, but you will capture freeze frame moments like this, all right? So you can't, when I play this, it really is hard to see. Okay? Then, when we go back and play this, I want you to watch something. This does not come into focus until 111. Like 110 and 109, this whole formation has not formed thoroughly. It's not until about 111 that all of this gels together, and at 112, it's there and then starts to fade. So these events, when they come together, they gel for a brief moment. So when you're holding your cameras up, you're watching these events fold. Say you're filming this face right here, and you're squeezing off pictures. Ka-choo, ka-choo, ka-choo. All of a sudden, this face on the side will grow and blend into your picture, and you'll be taking a picture of this face, and all of a sudden, this one will appear, and you'll capture the coolest stuff. All right, this is another spiritual event. This is another warning from God. And I'm going to decipher this right now for you, okay? This is the part that's going to sting. And this is the part that's going to hurt. All right? And maybe I shouldn't do this quite yet. No, I'm doing it right now, he says. Okie dokie. Boy. This is probably where I'm going to lose a lot of my viewers. And I sure love you guys a lot, all right? And you're probably going to take all this the wrong way, or maybe some of you have been paying attention along the way and have figured this out, okay? Tell them the truth. Okay, I'm going to tell them the truth, Lord. So, I've been showing you those images of Jesus in the clouds, right? That happened on Easter of 2020. Jesus has been walking this earth as a man in the meat suit as a man, just like before, since before Easter of 2020. All right? He gave that gift out as a gift, and it wasn't received by the world. And that caused a rift in the spiritual realm, okay? And a lot of damage was done. A lot of damage was done to Jesus when he was here trying to help his disciples remember him, okay? And now the spiritual damage has been done. It's irreversible. And now Jesus is returning more as the devil and the dragon. You kind of pushed him to a certain limit in the spiritual realm, and now he has come back as this cool little thing. So, that's probably the hardest thing I've had to ever tell you guys, and there's more I have to tell you, and I have to clear the room real quick. Oh, 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 never mind. It just cleared itself. All right, back to where we are. I mean, you guys can stare into this and look, there's faces all over the place. And then as I'm going to show you another dimension back. So, sorry, we have technical difficulties as we're going through this, but I need you guys to just be patient. All right, so I showed you the face with the eye hanging out, right? I showed you the dragon face with the eye. Whoops. Let's go darker so you can see the dragon a little darker. With his eye, his second eye popped out, all right? Now, the bigger face, oh, we lost it. Where are we go? Nope, it's not capturing it. Anyways, the bigger face is an eye. The dragon's left eye, wait, where'd it go? I can't even see it anymore. All right. The dragon's left eye and this eye with this face coming down even further with the mouth down here, all right? It's as you step back, there's a bigger face. This eye still being one of them, another one being over here, all right? And then as you keep going back, there's bigger and bigger faces. I want to capture this one. It's really, really vital. We might have to go to the default view. Yeah, we'll have to go to the default view, and then, sorry, let's pull this over. How am I going to pull this over? Alright, well, forgive the advertisements and the other stuff. We're trying to get this a little bit further back for you in another perspective, because in another dimension back, if we can tint it out just right. All right. Now, these bright patches, breaks in the clouds right here, turn into another set of eyes, and down below here, this big break in the clouds down here, see this white area is a smile. There are two big eyes and a bigger smile down here. It's another entity on a bigger scale, another face made out of all of them together, but bigger in the background, in the white and black. All right. As I pull it forward, you can see the mouth a lot better, and it's like a gremlin or what's one of those entities? The Mogwai. Remember from the movie Gremlins? Before you feed them, the cute little fuzzy guy. There's probably a race that are cute little fuzzy entities like that, and that's one of them. The eyes, the bright spots are the two eyes and the bright mouth down below. So there is a lot going on in this, and you have to do what I just did. Different frame sizes from the default to theater. Now in the theater, you can see the Yoda face a little clearer, maybe bisected with black on one side, white down the other. Okay, a lot of these entities now in the spiritual realm are bisected down the face, black on one side or white on the other, or evil on one side and good on the other. It's a spiritual affliction that has happened to the planet now. As above, so below. When the entities up above and the faces up above start going split face, that means everybody down below is going to be going through this new bipolar, half evil, half good type person. Okay? So I'm warning everybody in my audience, prepare to be afflicted. Okay? Because I was afflicted the same way. Now you're going to have to feel it. I'm sorry. I tried to give you a beautiful gift, and nobody wanted it. Nobody took it seriously. So now we're going to take it seriously now. Okay? And remember I was showing you who's in control of the weather? This dragon has lips, and just like that other one, it's blowing. All right, let me get this a little bit better. His mouth combines with his mouth. They're blowing jointly together clouds out. All right. So now Jesus is pissed. He's the devil now. He's still the most beautiful angel. That's what happened. Is man broke his heart. Now he comes back as the devil, pissed off. Half devil, half dragon. Oh shit. Yeah, this is a big oh shit minute. And he's in control of the weather. And he's barfing out huge hailstones. And this is a warning to the world right now. No more fucking around. The game is on. You guys, not my audience, but you guys fucked up big time. And now it's irreversible. And now we all know what's going to happen from here on out. There is the sign in the sky. That's me. Okay? I recognize my own face. I recognize my own hairline and my own eyes. I have to look at this face in the mirror every morning. The devil that I showed you before that was captured outside my window, yeah, that's me. Half Jesus and half devil. And you're either gonna land on one side of me or the other. Okay? You're either gonna land on my good side or you're gonna land on my bad side. I love my audience. You guys are awesome. I love your little light bulbs going off, going, whew, thank God I'm on his good side. I am so glad I follow this channel and give likes and share and have learned and listened to this man, because he has been through so much excruciating pain and torture at the hands of pretty much everybody except for the audience. I'm talking doctors, I'm talking psychiatrists, I'm talking the police, I'm talking everybody, the church, the people in the church, just basically resistance everywhere I go. And I am such a forgiving guy, and I am still going to forgive people that are forgiving in return. You have to forgive in order to be forgiven. It's a simple law. Either learn it and love it, or you're going to learn the hard way. Okay? This is a spiritual battle that you are in. I want you guys doing spiritual push-ups, spiritual sit-ups, and spiritual pull-ups. Not physical ones, spiritual ones. I want you pushing other people up. I want you pulling other people up. I want you sitting up with your head held high, walking with your chest out, proud that you are a Christian. No more hiding in the shadows, okay? I walk around with a cross on my back all day long, and it's like a target on my back, and I am happy to wear that target. I wear it with pride for you folks, because I'm willing to take the bullet. I know where I'm going. I already know where I have been, where I am going, and where I am right now. It's you guys that need to figure that part out. Where are you going? Where have you been? How well have you settled in with me? Have you been a pain in the ass at my channel, and then finally come around and I gave you a break and now you're a follower? Yeah, a bunch of you are. But a lot of you just came here willingly, wanting to know, and have been on quite a journey with me, haven't you? Haven't you? Yes, I see your silence in the chat room right now screams volumes. And don't be afraid to talk to me. I don't bite. Well, I do, but I have a soft heart, and I'm very forgiving. Just don't get on my bad side, because you piss me off, and then karma happens. So you do unto others as you'd have them do unto you, right? So be nice to each other so you don't inflame each other's other side. You're going to have to either work together peacefully, because if you don't, you're going to be all working against each other evilly, with an evil intent in your heart. Okay? These bastards in the government are coming to stir your spiritual soul up. They know this is taking place and they want to stir it up and make you they want to make you this, right? Well, I don't want that. I am here to stay right there. Don't you move a muscle. There we go. Alright. I'm here to kind of tell you guys, give you a little heads up before it hits the fan. They got plans, and you're going to need to be spiritually strong, okay? Now, guess what? I had to pull this maneuver for your sakes, okay? I'm not coming after you. I'm coming after the elite and the powers that be, okay? People that stole from you, the people that ripped you off, the people that are still lying and getting away with it are going to pay in the spiritual realm. Guaranteed. There's a courtroom up above. I've seen it already. I happen to sit behind the bench. And you all will be appearing in court in front of me. And we're going to have a nice little life review. And some of you are going to be excruciatingly embarrassed by your life. Others will stand tall and stand proud and be rewarded. You have been on a spiritual journey, a spiritual battle your entire life. It's all been recorded by the man upstairs via your own eyes, your own senses, through your own smells, tastes, feelings, emotions. It's all been documented in your brain. Okay, that's all downloadable, and we're going to have a nice little life review of every single person in all of your multiple lives. Okay, a lot of you have lived more than one life. Did you know that most of you guys that are in my audience, where there at the beginning, you are actually the characters from the Bible? Some of you, Paul is in here. Mark, John, Luke, David, you're all part of my audience. You probably have kind of wondered about yourself a little bit and how you got pulled into all this, and how did you find my channel of all channels and stuff? Why are you here as part of my audience, witnessing stuff that the rest of the world doesn't really get to know about, right? Right? It's because you've all been tagging along with me this whole time anyway. You are all characters from the Bible. The people that are in my chat, that are in my audience, that are watching this right now. Yes. Yes, you. Uh-huh. I know you're thinking, me? No way. Yeah, you. Uh-huh. That's right. And that's me. Uh-huh. That's right. And I know you all very well, okay? I'm your father, okay? It's time the world knows. It's time that you guys know, too. You've been on a long, hard, dusty road with me for a long time, trying to acquire knowledge along the way, right? Well, who's the master of knowledge? Okay? Who's the master of knowledge? Yoda, right? Yoda is the master because he has mastered the evil and the good side of his brain. All right? He knows how to control his fear. He knows how to control his thoughts. And most importantly, he knows how to control his fucking mouth. So you guys got to be careful what you're saying to each other. All right? Think before you speak to each other. Words are hard to take back. Forgiveness is a special gift that some of you possess. And you can let those words slide off your back like water off a duck and forgive that person because they know not what they do. That's how this works. Okay? You guys have higher knowledge. You have to forgive the people underneath you that know not what they do. All right? It's a really tough battle. That's your spiritual battle as my audience, okay? That's where you pray for each other's strength and endurance for each other. And for me, I am going through the worst spiritual battle ever. Ever to anybody ever in all of history. I have documented it all. I have it on my security cameras. I've shown you Marian angels. I've shown you faces in the clouds. I've shown you Jesus in the clouds. I've shown you Satan in the clouds. I've shown you UFOs that follow me everywhere I go. I have ancient races from the past and their flying vehicles that follow me everywhere I go. Okay, it's because it's true. I'm here, I'm me, and we're back. We are back. It's not just Jesus. The devil comes back too, as the same entity, split faced. Okay, there is your oh shit moment right there, and that's why I put that as the title of this image captured in the community page. So if you want to see this image better, go to the community page. I will also put the link to this video in the description. So when we're done with class here, in about 10 minutes, once you're done wiping your ass since you shit your pants, you're going to come back and I'll have that link in there and you can watch this, or you can even just come over and find this. Well, it's not really showing up too well, but I'll post the link for it. How about that? All right. And then you guys will have some homework to do and to look at and to share with your friends. Okay. It takes a long time to see this. It's not pareidolia. Okay. There is such a thing as pareidolia, and that's when you see these weak little fluffy puppy dogs. You know, if you made that little poofy tail and that'd be a poofy little leg. No, no, no. These are cookie cutter images in the clouds, painted with the clouds, okay? Using the clouds as the color and tone for noses, eyes, split faces sharing eyes. All right, I have shown you split faces sharing eyes in the spiritual realm captured by my security cameras already. Now, I showed you how the security camera footage is now taking place in the clouds, right? Well, here is the spiritual realm again, taking place in the clouds. This is a very bad omen right here for all of you guys, for all of the world. For you guys, my audience that are still here, the 36 that were brave enough to stick it out, you will be justly rewarded by God, okay? By Jesus. I don't tell you to pray to this entity. I tell you to pray to Jesus. Jesus is the one that did all the hard work. Let me tell you something else. Jesus is still on the cross suffering right now. All right? He is in excruciating pain, suffering every single identical injury. Shattered feet, shattered hips, shattered shoulder. All right? Suffocating, pain over every inch of the body. Okay? Every once in a while, there'll be a good day where there's not pain over every inch. And it's a relief to have pain in just one area. So, how blessed are you, people who aren't in excruciating pain right now? How blessed are you? Because some of us, especially me, I have to go through quite the spiritual endurance test. Okay, this is physical, spiritual, and emotional, all three tortures at the same time. I don't think you guys could withstand it because it would drive you insane and you would blow your brains out and you'd end up like the one-eyed guy with his eye hanging out, all right? Be more like Yoda. You're going to have to use your mind to control your own mind, all right? You're going to need praying to Jesus and having faith in that salvation that he is here right now on this earth, still suffering. All right? The world made a mistake and refused his gift and pissed him off. Okay? So the most beautiful angel, the Son of God, Jesus, is also the devil at the same time. It's a bipolar entity. All right? Only Christ could be the Antichrist. He is the one with the power to do such things because he's the same entity just split in half. Okay? You guys are now dealing with God and the devil all in one entity. All right? It's Jesus, he's God, he's the devil, he's the Holy Spirit, he's 5 in 1. Let me explain it for all the scientists in the DOD and everybody that's listening. 3-letter agencies, everything. It's quite simple. I'm God, the devil, the Holy Spirit, Jesus, and Brian. All 5 in 1, just like the hand. I have all 5 of those spirits in me. Now, with this latest edition, I now have command of the weather. You notice how the weather's been following my predictions and what I was saying, and how your guys' prayers have been affecting these storms? That's because your guys' prayers have been affecting these storms. These faces were about to lay waste to that area. There should have been tornadoes, F5, F6, stuff you haven't even seen come out of the sky yet. Stuff you haven't even seen come out of the sky yet. And they got spared and got some hail. Because of your prayers. The people in my chat. The people on my channel. Their prayers. The real believers. The real followers. You like, you follow, you watch, you study, don't you? Doesn't that make you a follower? That makes you a disciple. Okay? And now I am teaching you guys the spiritual lessons that you need to learn. Okay? There is evil within you. There's good within you. You need to harness the good in you, because the evil in you is doing push-ups to kick your own ass. Okay, I told you this was going to be disturbing. I warned you before I did this. Okay? You guys thought, oh, it's going to be this funny little thing, or this scary little goofy cloud, or he's going to throw a cartoon in there, ha ha ha, and trick us all. No. It's over. Done fucking playing games. It's time you guys take this seriously. I am doing this on your behalf. Now, things are going to start to go my way. Why? Because I said so. And I know how to use my words. Remember I was warning you about using your words? I have the power of the tongue now. And y'all better be on high alert. Because I'm not in a very good mood anymore. Alright? For my beautiful followers, you guys enjoy my gift, and I'm going to post that as we close out, because you have stared at that evil picture long enough. So be patient. We are going to close out with something much better to look at. This is meant to bring hope. All right? Something I have to explain to you guys. I learned the hard way. I learned from School of Hard Knocks, right? Just while we were going through this whole process. Please bring up just either YouTube, anything. There we go. I have learned something through this whole process, and it's that people are more likely to believe that you're the devil than that you are Jesus, right? because we're all demonic little beings running around here. We like the explosions and death counts, and you watch the headlines. It's like, how many people died in the earthquake? Oh, it's 1,000. Oh, there we go, the body count. All right. Well, we're just a wicked society, and y'all have it in you, and I'm trying to help you out of it. And we are going to this. And we're going to leave out with this, all right? This is my style right here. Okay? This is also me. You recognize my hairline. You recognize my mustache and my beard. What you guys haven't seen is the crown that floats over my head everywhere I go, in the clouds. Here's my face in the clouds with the crown floating over it, okay? That's what I've been hinting at this whole time with my channel. Your head to the right about 45 degrees, and here's an eye, his other eye, his nose. How blessed are you to be here at this channel? Beard, his hair flowing. Now you guys will see the real miracle that my audience, the truly blessed, are. That crown is hovering over his head. There seems to be almost a little halo around his head too. This little gift for you guys. We can zoom in just a little bit tighter. For hanging in there. Okay, and this event happened over a course of about an hour, and I got a lot of pictures of it. See, if we go up above here, you can see all these pictures up from way over here going across, or all of this event, and I'm going to show you more of what happened here. Did you ever stop and wonder, how did I get those images? How did this happen? Why did this form over my head on Easter? Hint, hint. Because it's true. I'm back. Here's the evidence. I've been trying to say this as nicely as possible without having to come out and say the phrase, blah, blah, blah. Because when that phrase is said, it's not taken seriously, and you guys freak out and start thinking the wrong shit. So here we go. Okay, here I've taken about 7 or 8 of those pictures and put them together in a flip book. I'll be right back. And you can see the different images, and that this event, is taking place here. On Easter. Keep that in mind. On Easter. Okay, so starting here, we're going to go forward a little bit here through a lot of these images. All the way to right about here, where you can see that this face has changed now. Now we're seeing a more round, like lion type face with the nose right here. Here's an eye coming out here, an eye going that way. Here's its mouth slit, the chin going down here. So this round face right here with a crown still above it. Now I'm going to go through and show you the flip book where it changes from Jesus to this lion face. Okay, now we're here at this image right here. This is a flip book of about maybe 15 or 20 of those pictures, and it's the transition between Jesus' face and the lion face. Now this happened in the clouds, and it was so big and in your face. All right, you see the lion face there? Okay, let me explain something else to you. The devil roams around like a lion, roaring, looking for whom he may devour, right? And also the Lion of Judah, the tribe of Judah, okay? This entity right here is me, okay? About time you guys put all the dots together and figure this out, all right? Couldn't see it. It fulfills all the prophecies. When you understand, this is a bisected face too. It's black on one side, do you see that? And white on the other. Did you guys notice that? Still wearing a crown, okay? He returns like this, as a lion, roaring, seeing whom he may devour, okay? That fulfills a bunch more. It makes more sense now, doesn't it, folks? This whole time I've been showing you this, has been staring you in the face, all right? Just like this, staring you in the face from the sky without you knowing it, watching you from above, reading your body language. I already know what you're thinking. I hear your thoughts. I hear your prayers. I have 70,000 thoughts a second, and that's not an estimate or a joke or some exaggeration. It's this crazy affliction of overthinking and hearing everybody. I was in Walmart trying to shop today. All right. It is excruciatingly painful passing people that are walking demons. They don't even know it. It's so sad. Okay, and when I walk past them, I get their affliction so bad. It's painful to go shopping during the daytime. So I prefer to go doing my shopping at night when there's less people in the store and it hurts less to walk through the store. Because to walk through a Walmart and do shopping in a grocery store on in a spiritual attack mode that you guys are in a spiritual attack mode. You don't know it, but you spiritually attack each other just violently, left and right, and you don't even know you do it. So you got to be careful with what you say to each other, okay? You probably don't like these lectures and these lessons because sometimes you have to face some of your own demons, huh? But that's what I'm here to do, is help you face your own demons, all right? I'm here to help you find the Christ within, all right? You guys all have that power. Let me show you something else. Alright? I keep having to get into this, so bear with me. Oh, I'm gonna break into this. And bear with me. We're pulling out some top secret information, so I have to. Alright. Oops, set this down without waking up the entire. I'll clear off some of this here. Okay, you guys have stuck with me for a while, so you're obviously here for more. And we're going to teach tonight. Okay, this was painted by my girlfriend's mother, who was a psychic. And she painted this picture for me and then didn't understand it psychically. She's a psychic. She didn't understand what this meant. And then she painted the picture, gave it to me, and immediately had her daughter break up with me. And probably for good reason. But this is a spiritual affliction now that I've had my whole life, all right? And that I continue to have, all right? This is me. This is God, all right? Jesus and the devil all in one, okay? I have this affliction 1,000-fold, but you guys have this affliction now as well. You always did kind of have it, but it's going to amplify now. The media, the news, the events that are about to unfold, they are going to try to stir up this half of the brain, okay? That half of the brain. This is a bipolar brain. Your right side controls the left side of your body. The left side controls the right side. So you people that are right-handed, that means you're left-brained. Huh? You people that are left-handed, you are the artists and the painters. You're right-brained, okay? Some of us are ambidextrous, aren't we? I bet a lot of people in my audience are ambidextrous, aren't you? Oh, that would be me too. Or RH negative blood, maybe. You guys always wondering about that too, I bet you. Okay? This is a spiritual affliction, all right, that we're talking about. And since it has to happen to me and I have to go through all of this excruciating pain for you guys to forgive you of your spiritual affliction that you're not aware of, it's time that you know what you're doing to me, what you are doing to me, okay? This is This is a reaction caused by man's refusal of my gift. You guys that are still here are comprehending the gift now, aren't you? Aren't you seeing how blessed you really are now? This whole time you've been following my channel, wondering, oh, is this guy this? Is he this or is he that? Well, I'm coming out and I'm telling you, I'm going to be blatantly honest with you. Okay? You're going to be seeing more of me soon. Okay? Because I'm the one who's going to be calling the shots from here on out, whether you like it or not. Okay? Whether they recognize it or not, that's up to them. But I know a lot more than I let on. All right? So, for you guys that have been loyal this whole time and have been nice to me, I love you guys from the deepest parts of my heart. And you can feel it right through my stream as I talk to you right now. I love you with the deeply. I will die for you, okay? And you're not even in my house right now. So, how about that? Okay? Other people, this is your wake up call. Okay? There's a new boss in town. All right? I'm trying to be as humble about this as I can be, but I've had enough of this shit. And now you're going to take note. Now the world is going to take notice. Okay? YouTube, Google, all these people that monitor my channel, whatever, please monitor me. Please spy on me. I beg of you. I am not afraid of you tapping into my phones or in my computer and in my channel, following me, watching me from satellite or the air. I don't mind. Watch me. Please watch closely. Maybe you will learn something like morals, like integrity, like courage or valor. Watch me closely. Okay? It's not a threat. I don't have to lift a finger physically, break a law, or anything. In fact, I'll be the most law-abiding citizen you could possibly imagine. But all I have to do is say the word, okay? Or I could just think it, and it can be so. All right, so time for playing games is over. And let the games begin. All right? Keep praying for each other's strength. All right? You guys are under a brutal assault. Okay? So keep praying for each other's strength. Try to fight this affliction that you have as hard as you can. Okay? Even if you don't succeed, I'm forgiving. I know that you tried. All right? So keep trying until the bitter end. Do not give up trying. At least be willing. That's the whole key. Willing to try. Willing to change. We're all flawed. We're all weak. All right? It's hard to change. I don't expect perfection, but I do like a willing heart. After all, mine isn't it? I'm willing to come out of the closet and be open and tell you now, okay? There's no more hints, no more dot to dots, no more auditory, follow the code anymore. The code tells you straight up in the music, Brian Knight is God and the devil all in one. It plays it in guitar solos. They do it in drum solos. They do it in all kinds of different ways in the music. Not in the lyrics, but in the musical notes. Your your name has a musical, what, 2 or 3 note chorus. If you have a 3 syllable name, then it's three notes. If you have a 2 syllable name, then it's 2 notes. But whatever your name is when spoken actually is spoken in harmonic notes, vibration, tones, right? And those tones I have embedded in the music and in movies and in cartoons and in jingles. Everywhere you go, you're going to hear Brian Knight is God and the devil all in one. Go to a radio station and pick out a random song off of the radio and listen. The opening, most openings of songs open with the notes Brian Knight is God and the devil. Or backwards, Brian Knight is devil and God. See, the first opening four syllables of the 5 syllable phrase doesn't fit into a 4 note bar of music. So the music sometimes is written Brian Knight is, Brian Knight is, Brian Knight is, and on the fourth one, God. All right? That's how I incorporated into the music. I worked through artists, their thoughts, their emotions, their feelings are all mine. I put those into them so they write the music the way I like it. Then when they perform it, they are actually singing praise, right? So when you guys are rocking out to your favorite song, little did you know that you are singing praise to me. Ta-da! And I left all kinds of songs in the community chat thing that you could pick out any one of those songs and just enjoy the shit out of it with a whole new way of listening to it. See, I make old things new again. Okay? I can take your favorite song that you never knew had the code in it, and you can go listen to your favorite song now and hear embedded in the musical notes Brian Knight is God and the devil all in one. The same 3 musical notes, Jesus Christ and Brian Knight, are the same 3 note stanza, okay? But in the music, they are not saying Jesus Christ is God and the devil all in one. They're saying Brian Knight is God and the devil all in one. And I will take you to bands like In This Moment that open up their songs with my name digitized in the background, my name running the entire length of the song with the lyrics of the song singing about me. Ta-da! Been there the whole time, sneaky like I am, working through music, through movies, through you, through everything, through the media, through everything, even your schooling. Yep, even your church, everything. Everything you've learned has all been stuff that part of my design. Okay? I hope this is coming across okay. I'm trying not to come off as like some egomaniac because I try to pride myself on being humble. It doesn't sound that way when you say it. So I try to just remain humble, keep that inside, and go about my business in pain the best I can, right? And not go bragging about it. I'm not trying to brag about it here on this channel. I am simply informing you. I am not looking for pity. I I have strength. What I'm looking for is prayers, right? Don't I keep saying that? I'm looking for prayers from you guys for each other and for me as well. See, I learned a valuable lesson when I overcame the devil. See, he came and he approached me, remember? Remember them pictures and everything? And a little trick, most people attack him, right? Everybody fears him, hates him, they attack him. Well, poor guy's got feelings too, right? What if you forgave him and prayed for him? Ooh, now there we go. Praying not to the devil, but for him. he's a very hurt individual, okay? He's a very sad, broken-hearted, misunderstood, good guy that was pushed way past his limits, forgave way too long, and got abused. And now the spiritual realm has ripped him in half and sewn him back together this way. Yeah, society ripped me in half and sewed me back together like this. And now this is what's coming. Okay? And didn't I promise that I would be here to warn you guys right before the shit goes down, right? I've been here since September, actually October 4th of 2017, when, remember that image of Mary and angels in my garage? Remember that image of the woman holding the baby? Yeah, ever since that day, paranormal activity happened to me that violently changed my life. I was a upstanding, respectable dude. Everybody took my word and respected me, and I was trusted. And then once the spiritual affliction started happening to me, nobody believed me. They laughed at me. They shunned me. I went off to jails, prisons, institutions, multiple of them, with nobody giving me 5 minutes of their time to understand. Not doctors, not psychiatrists. Nobody took me seriously. And I showed them angels. I wowed them. I saved so many psychiatrists from the damage that they were doing to their clients. And yet I still didn't get any thanks or recognition or acknowledgement of what I was doing, how I helped them. They didn't help me. Every time I got out of a session, I had a spiritual attack happen to me in the truck because they didn't believe what I told them, and I had to forgive them. What happens when a righteous man forgives somebody for what they know not what they do? They get the demon attack. Remember I showed you the demon attacks a long time ago? Okay? Is it all making sense now? You guys finally figuring out how the Antichrist comes about? It's actually Christ been pushed too far. He pushed his buttons way, way too long, way, way too hard. He forgave and forgave and forgave for way too long for his own benefit, and now he has to buckle down, we'll say, and keep the children in line, right? Since they didn't accept his gift, and they're thankless little bastards, well, now they're going to get the thankless little bastard in return. Right? Does that make sense? You guys see how I work? Good. Good, good, good. Because from here on out, I'm not playing games anymore. Every one of my streams is nothing about business. Serious as a heart attack. You go tell Mike from around the world. You go tell Paul Bagley now. Everybody should know now. All right? I'm here. I'm coming out of the closet, and I'm telling you. All right? You all are having an identity crisis right now. Isn't society half gay, half this, half woman, half man? Everybody having their fucking identity crisis. Meanwhile, I'm over here trying to help you and save you as you guys force me into an identity crisis. You guys did. Not my followers, not these people on my channel. When I say you guys, that means you guys are excluded. That means them guys. Them guys. And there's a lot of people in the church that think that they're believers that are falsely led. Sorely, sorely mistaken. And when I go into a church and I try to be nice to everybody and smile and donate money and bring cookies and do the after thing, and I find a good church where everybody's rapport after church is nice and friendly, wow, that's what the church was supposed to be. That's what was intended. But when I go to church and I see people arguing over how the Bible is going to be presented and dictated by the pastor who's got his head up his ass in the first place, we got some problems. So, uh-oh. Hang on, hold on. Emergency emergency technical difficulties. Be right back. Stare at that picture and think deeply for a second, people. Think about what they've done. Now, come here. I didn't find it. No, I thought you did. It like bounced off and went over here. Let me get some light. You see it? I thought I did. Here, let me get some light. Yeah, it bounced off. I saw it bounce off. We gotta find that. Everybody, stay there. Or go to the bathroom, get your drinks or whatever. We're not done yet. Came backwards a little bit, should be. I saw it. And here. Where does that have? Let me get a flashlight. Here, I'll go get one too. Yeah, get one too. Yeah, we might have to shut this down if you guys are willing to hang out for a second. Here, let's just put that back up for now, and we'll start over again. I want you guys to pay attention. Activity going on the sun, but I just really don't feel like reporting on that stuff right now. You guys are in a holding pattern. Actually, I want to go back and revisit an event that happened earlier this year, 2020, around Easter, when I captured what appears to be Jesus in the clouds here. So I need you to tilt your head to the right about 45 degrees, and here's an eye, his other eye, his nose, his mouth, his chin and beard, his hair flowing back like this, and you can make out a crown up here above his head. That crown is hovering over his head. There seems to be almost a little halo around his head too. And once you see that image, and we can zoom in just a little bit tighter. There you go. I saw it like go under. Okay, and this event happened over a course of about an hour, and I got a lot of pictures of it. See, if we go up above here, you can see all these pictures up from way over here going across, or all of this event, and I'm going to show you more of what happened here. Sometimes you could. Okay, here I've taken about 7 or 8 of those pictures and put them together in a flip book, and you can see the different images, and that this event, is taking place here. Because there's more that happens here.
I chucked it and then fucking walked out.
Okay, so starting here, we're going to go forward a little bit here through a lot of these images, all the way to right about here, where you can see that this face has changed now. Now we're seeing a more round, like lion type face with the nose right here. Here's an eye coming out here, an eye going that way. Here's its mouth slit, the chin going down here. So this round face right here with a crown still above it. Now I'm going to go through and show you the flip book where it changes from Jesus to this lion face. Okay, now we're here at this image right here. This is a flip book of about maybe 15 or 20 of those pictures, and it's the transition between Jesus' face and the lion face. Now this happened in the clouds, and it was so big and in your face you couldn't see it. It wasn't until I took these images and zoomed out and compressed them. You didn't zoom in. They're too big in your face. You have to zoom out to see these. And these images that you're looking at have all been compressed, each frame, and then put into a flip book. And you can clearly see Jesus' face here with his crown hovering over his head, turning into that weird little lion face or whatever right there. Okay? And this happened back around Easter of 2020. So with Christmas right around the corner, I think, I just wanted to bring some hope to you folks and show you that, it's really real. It's really happening. And, you guys can look up into this cloud. All right. Like I do. All right, I'm back. Whew. See what happens when I start getting into this stuff, you guys? You're lucky you're not here right now. All right. where'd we leave off? So we were talking about the bisymmetry of the brain, right? The bisymmetry of the brain. Basically, your own thoughts versus your own thoughts, right? You're going to have to control your thoughts. You're going to try to stir up fear. And that's where this comes in. All right? When they're trying to stir up fear and trying to tell you that you were created by some alien or whatever they try to throw at you, okay? There's going to be all kinds of warped, demented stuff that's going to come your way because that's what the kind of people we're dealing with, right? Okay? So, I want you to know, as my followers and as believers, not to fear, all right? This is meant to bring strength, hope, courage. You guys are unstoppable, all right? These 36 viewers that are here right now, or that even the people that are watching this later, okay? You guys have the power within. Don't deny yourself. Be strong. Use it wisely. You can. How am we putting this, Lord? You are gods. You just don't know it. Ye are gods. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. At least the people that are watching this, either live right now or later on. You people are gods. All right? So you got to be careful what you think. You got to be careful what you feel. Careful what you say. You got to be forgiving. You got to practice the art of peace and not the art of war. The art of war is going to be thrust upon you, and you are going to have to resist that temptation to kill each other. You're going to have to resist the temptation to eat each other when you run out of food. Because doesn't it look like the food supply is about to die here? What are you really going to eat in an apocalyptic world? It ain't going to be a can of beans or dog food or something like that. But you're probably going to be hunting each other down and eating each other. Because that'll be the only living food around, right? You can't hunt deer that aren't there. They'll be all gone. All the squirrels will be eaten up. You know, there's millions of people and there ain't billions of squirrels, all right? We eat a lot of food and we ingest a lot of stuff. There ain't no way you're gonna cut it on just squirrel, okay? You need spiritual food as well. So this is what this is all about. I'm bringing this last little closing image here to you to bring you guys strength, hope, power, to give you guys, you little gods, you, the courage, the integrity, the intestinal fortitude to endure what's coming down the pike, right? Okay? So intestinal fortitude, endurance. This is character building, okay? We've been here doing character building this whole time, all right? This world is a test of character. If you want to hang out with the big guy for eternity, well, we're going to test your character and see if you're trustworthy or not first, right? All right? Are you the type that lies, cheats, and steals? Are you going to be at the wedding stealing the wine glasses? Or are you going to be at the wedding enjoying the wine and the bride and the groom? Get it? It's not too tough to figure out, really. I made it really kind of simple because I like things simple. Simplicity is bliss. And it's man that complicates stuff so much they lose the answer up their own ass because they're so busy looking at themselves in the mirror and their ego, stroking their own ego, that they miss the answer entirely. They didn't even hear the question, right? So I'm here to kind of guide you as your spiritual leader of the warfare department, That's true. That's why I say it. Because I'm not bragging. I'm not trying to impress you. I am the spiritual leader of the spiritual warfare department. And you, as my watchers and followers and listeners, are my recruits, whether you like it or not. So, be thankful that you came willingly and enjoy my channel and enjoy my sessions and my lessons and all this pain I had to go through to bring this miracle to you. Right? This is the miracle foretold a long time ago come true. In the clouds, great power and glory. Does the crown right there not signify great power and great glory? And there's more than just one crown. Many, many crowns. Many black crowns as well as white crowns. Okay? So, all crowns. And there you go. That should bring you strength. That should bring you hope and give you courage to stand to stand and walk your walk of faith up until the very end. Okay? And despite whatever kind of stuff they try to throw your way and say about me, you guys will have been there from the beginning with me and known me and my character the whole time before you hear a bunch of lies and bullshit about me. Okay? Now, I've shown you other birthmarks, my birthday, marrying angels, demons, dragons, UFOs, all are part of the Bible, all part of the story, all part of the prophecy. Nibiru, Nemesis, all of it, right? What channel, ask yourself, what channel has all of that in one? Who else can show you this stuff and show you the dragon of Revelation 12 captured 13 days before the star alignment? Can anybody else show you that? Does anybody else even knew about it? Until I showed them. It stood right in front of everybody's face, too. And they all missed it. But not me, because it's my handiwork. And I'm trying to show you, as nicely as possible, that yes, it can happen on YouTube. Okay? That is the part that just blows you away. How could this be possibly happening on YouTube? Well, don't you think it might be my tube that I share with you? Tube? Get it? These copyright claims that they keep doing to me actually are my copyright claims against them for trying to copyright my creation. Alright? This is my creation. You guys are in my movie. Every single one of you are my actors in my movie. I'm the director of the movie, okay? Yeah, it's kind of like the Matrix movie. You guys are kind of like in the Matrix, metaphorically. Your spirit is in a meat suit, all right? And you are on a fallen planet, on a prison planet, serving time. Once your spiritual lessons have been accomplished, you will be released, right? To go back to paradise where you were from before you were cast down here. So if you want to go back up there and be at the wedding, that's your choice. That's all you. You can choose to be there. You can choose to be the bride. I got a certain person that I'm waiting on that is supposed to be the bridesmaid. She got skipped over as bridesmaid, and that's because she's supposed to be the bridesmaid at the big wedding up above. And she doesn't want the gift either, and refuses to take her spot as bridesmaid. And that's what's holding up the wedding. We're all waiting on the bridesmaid. Yeah, I could tell you who this individual is, but that would kind of embarrass the individual. So we're waiting on the bride's all ready. You guys are here. And there's other believers out there, that are praying. It's not just the little 35 in the chat right now. There's still around the world all the real believers. They're part of the wedding too. Okay, kind of great reception. You guys like the reception? The bands. I'll probably be singing. You guys will be blown away. All the music I write, all the songs I have for you. Anyways, you guys want to hang out with the big buddy? I'm a pretty cool dude. You hang out with me for eternity. Let's just say you are going to hang out with me for eternity, either one way or the other. That's up to you. Do you want to be a guest at the wedding, or do you want to be doing eternal dishes and eternal cleanup of the wedding? Dishes, trash detail, cleaning the bathroom, scrubbing the sink, cleaning up all the barf from everybody drinking at the wedding, all the nasty, nasty jobs. That will be some of the people that chose that job. They actually chose it. Yeah. And you're going to be tickled at who's going to be waiting on you hand and foot. Yeah, you're going to be like, no way. The butler and the slave is going to end up being, let's just say, I like to have fun, all right? And you guys are going to be laughing through the entire dinner. And then there's dancing afterwards, a joyous celebration. It's just around the corner. For some of you, for others, you're going to jail. That's it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed tonight's very disturbing session. And I'm going to hurry up and wrap this up so I can get that link in the description so you guys can go watch that and inspect that sky yourself. Because I know some of you saw some stuff in there and you want a closer look yourself. So, God bless you all. I miss you all. Keep praying for each other. Pray like it does, and so does everybody else's. Okay? I'm so grateful for you guys that stuck it out. Thank you for your endurance and your tolerance of me. I hope you're not disappointed in me. I hope you're not... how do I put this? I hope you're not scared of me, but you should be full of respect instead. Okay? Not fear, respect. Let's just put it that way. Alright? I love you all. God bless you all. Till the next video. I might even be back later tonight if there's an earthquake or something, so you better keep your bells on alert and keep watching either my community page as I post more stuff there, or if I go live again in the middle of the night. I can do it any time I want to, so for now, we're done. I love you all. Goodbye. I'll be back.